Hi everyone. Thank you for joining the webinar, and without wasting time, let's start the webinar. My name is Deeksha and I'm the business analyst of QloApps. And in today's webinar, we are going to discuss how you can add property in QloApps. QloApps allows you to manage multiple types of properties very easily, including the various types of property such as apartments, hotels, hotel chains, homestays, and many more. It allows you to add multiple properties in the same platform and manage those properties conveniently. So in today's webinar, we are going to discuss the complete process of adding your property in QloApps. So to add a new property, let's go into the back office of QloApps and start with the process of property addition. So I have logged in to the back office of QloApps, and as you can see, this is the dashboard. To add your property in QloApps, you have to go in the Hotel Reservation System tab and then click on the Manage Hotel tab from the drop-down. On this page, you will be able to see a list of already added properties in QloApps. So this is the property which I have already added. To add any new property, you have to simply click on Add New Hotel button on the right corner. So let's start with the process. So we'll click on Add New Hotel. So as you can see, once you have clicked on Add New Hotel, there are 4 different sections in which we have to add the details of our property to add property in QloApps. These sections are Information section, Images, Restrictions, and Refund policies. So today, we are going to discuss each section in detail and see how you have to add your property details in QloApps. So the first section is Information, and the first option is Enable Hotel. So if you want to allow your guest to book the property from the website of QloApps, then you have to simply click Yes and enable this property. If you do not want your guest to book this property from the website, then you have to simply disable this property and select No from here. So for now, let's just enable the property. And the next option is the hotel name. So all these options will allow you to add the basic details of your property, such as the name of your property, its description, contact details, location details, etc. So let me add a name of my property. So after adding the name of my property, the next option in which we have to fill the detail is the short description. So here you can add a tagline for your property or even add a brief description about your property. So let me add a quick description here. In the next option, you have to add the description for your property. So here you can add the details of your property, such as the property amenities, its features, its history, or even any other particular detail that you want to tell your guest. So let's add a description. For now, I'm adding a dummy data. After adding the description, it's time to add the phone number for this property. So you have to add the contact number in this phone option through which your guest can contact for this particular property if in case they have any queries. So let's add a phone number. After adding the phone number, the next option is the email ID. So here you have to add an email ID through which your guest can contact you, and this particular email ID will be the particular email ID on which you will receive the booking confirmations and booking alerts which your guest will make from the website. So make sure to add the most relevant email ID for this property. So let's add the email ID here. So after we have added the email ID, it's time to add the address. So in the next option, which is address, you have to add the complete and detailed address for your property. So let me add the address for now. So after adding the email ID through which your guest can contact you and ask all the queries and the email and the address for your property on which you have to add the complete property details. It's time to add the rating for your property. So in the rating section, you have to add the star rating of your hotel. So based on the category on which your property lies, you have to select the star rating for your hotel. So let me just select the star rating. And then it's time to add the check-in time. So here you have to add the check-in time for your property. And in the checkout option, we'll add the checkout time. After adding the check-in and checkout time, it's time to add the country. So here you have to choose the country in which your property is located. So let's select India for now. If in case you are managing a property chain and the country in which your property is located is not available in the drop-down, then in such case you have to first import that country in the system through the localization tab, and then you will be able to view and select that country from the drop-down. So let me show you how you can add the country. To do that, you can either go on the localization option from this link directly, or you can use the localization tab in the menu bar. So once you click on the localization, in this localization option, you will be able to see the various countries for which you can import the data. So let's see how you can import the data for a particular country. So select your country as per your property location and then simply click on the import button. And that's it. All the states, taxes, currencies, languages, units, everything for that particular country will be installed and imported in the system. So after importing the country pack, localization pack, you have to simply select that country from this drop-down and it will be listed in the drop-down. So after adding the country, the next option is the state. In case the country which you have selected does not include states, then the state option will not be displayed. So for now, let me add the state in which my property is located. And then we have to add this city name. And after adding the city name, it's time to add the zip code for my property location. After adding the zip code, it's time to add the hotel policies. So to aware your guests about the various policies that your property follows, and to make sure that they adhere to these policies, you can list all those policies in this section. So you can mention the policies about the documents which they have to carry at the time when they check into your property, or if in case you're offering guests, if you're entertaining the foreign travelers, in such case you can also add all the details about the documents which they require. You can also add the pet friendly or any other policies that you want to avail your guest about. So let's add a policy here. So after adding the hotel policies, we'll simply click on the Save and Stay button. And that's it. The first section is filled. Now, we also have an option in QloApps through which you can display your hotel location on Google Maps to your guests on the various pages of the website. So let me show you how you can enable that particular option in the system. To do that, you have to simply go in the hotel reservation system option and then click on the settings button from the drop down. So once you go on the settings option, you will be able to see the first option of general settings. So click on general settings. So on this particular page, there are various general configurations, as you can see. In the upcoming webinars, we will in detail discuss about all these general configurations, which will help you set up your hotel website. But for today's webinar, let's see how you can enable Google Maps for your property. So to do that, in the bottom of the page, you can see the option of Google Maps settings. So all you have to do is simply enable the Google Map, and by selecting yes and display Google Map for hotel location. So you will, after enabling, the second option is display active hotels only. So through this option, you will be able to display the Google Map for all those properties which are active in QloApps. So after, in case you do not want to display Google Map for all the properties which which are currently not activated for bookings. So you have to select no in such case. After enabling both the options, it's time to add the Google Map API keys. So you have to obtain these keys from the Google Cloud Console, and in our resources, in our user guide, we have provided a detailed description about how you can obtain these Google Map API keys. For now, I'm using the already created API keys for my property, and after enabling all the details in the Google Map setting, you have to click on Save button. So once we'll save all these settings of Google Map, we'll go on the Manage Hotels section again. And in the information section, we will be able to see the maps option added. So we have to search for the property location here and then select that property location. As you can see, you can also rotate and drag and drop the pin to set the perfect location for your property. After you have selected the location, you will simply click on Save and Stay, and the map will display your property location to the guest on the website. In some time, I'll show you how the map is displayed on the front end as well. So after setting up all the details in the information section, let's move further to the next section, which is the images section. As you all know that images are one of the integral part of the hotel websites because it gives an insight of the property and displays your properties, amenities, as well as various property details to the guest. It improves your website's engagement rate as well as attracts the guest to your hotel and thus will increase your booking rates also. So let me show you how you can add your images in QloApps for the property. To do so, all you have to do is click on the Choose File option and then you have to select your property images. With QloApps, you can select multiple images at a time. So let me just quickly add all the images. So I've selected multiple images, and as you can see, all the images are uploaded all together. So by default, the first image of the property which you will upload will be set as the cover image, but if you want, you can also delete the images through the delete action. So after adding the images of the hotel or the property which we are creating, let's save all the images and move to the next section, which is the restrictions. So in QloApps, you can manage multiple types of restrictions, and restrictions are particularly very important for hoteliers, as through these various restrictions, you can manage your property efficiently. So here, right now, we are discussing two important restrictions for hotel management. The first restriction is the maximum order date, which is also referred as the maximum booking date. And the second restriction, which we are going to discuss, is the preparation time, which is also called as the minimum booking offset in the hotel industry. So let me explain you what are these restrictions all about. So the maximum booking date or the maximum order date is the maximum date up till which your guest will be able to book the rooms of this property from the website. And the minimum booking offset, which is referred as the preparation time, is the number of days or the time frame from the date at which your guest is creating a booking till the date they are entering or checking into your hotel. So the duration or the number of days between these two dates will be the preparation time. It is essential for the hoteliers because you can use that preparation time to provide, and create a personalized services for your guests. So let me show you how you can manage these restrictions in QloApps. So there are two ways in which you can manage the restrictions. The first is on global level and the second is through property-wise restriction. So let me show you first how you can manage the global restrictions. So to do that, you have to go in the Preferences section and then click on the Orders tab from the drop-down. So on this page, as you can see, there are both order restrictions listed, maximum global date to book the room as well as preparation time. So from here, you can set the maximum date up till which your guest will be able to book the room for all the properties that are listed in QloApps. So let me just select a date. So this is how you can set the maximum booking date for the properties which you have added in QloApps. Now it's time to set the preparation time restriction. So here you can set the number of days that you want to keep as preparation time, and this number of days will be the duration between the date of booking and the date on which your guest will check in to the property. So if you select 0 in preparation time, in such case you will allow your guest to create the booking for the property even on the same day. So right now I'm selecting 0 in preparation time, and let's just save everything. So we have successfully saved this. Now let's move back to the restrictions property which we are managing property wise. So here, if you want to use the global set restrictions of the maximum booking date, then you have to select yes in use global maximum order date option. Otherwise, if you want to set the maximum booking dates for each property differently, then you have to select no. And here you will be able to set the maximum booking date for this particular property. So let me set a maximum booking date. And similarly, in the next option, if you want to use the global set preparation time for the property, then you can select yes in this option. Otherwise, if you want to set the minimum booking offset time for this property separately, then you can select no and add the preparation time. So let me add a preparation time here, and we'll save. So after adding the restrictions, it's time to move further to the next section, which is the refund policies. Refund is, as you know, one of the integral process, and it allows your guests to cancel their bookings and increases their trust and credibility among the hoteliers and their guests. So you can easily allow your guests to request for refunds for their properties by enabling the refund option from this particular section. So if you want to provide refunds for this particular property, then you can simply select yes and enable the refund. And as you can see, there are various already created refund rules that you can assign and select for this property. In the upcoming webinars, we will be discussing how you can manage refund and create these refund rules in detail. But for now, let's just select the already created refund rules and click on Save and Stay. So this is how we have filled all the 4 sections and set up the first property in QloApps. Now it's time to add the hotel features, or which we call as hotel amenities, in QloApps. So let me now show you how you can add the various hotel amenities that you provide on your property in QloApps, as well as how you can assign them to the properties separately. For that, you have to go in the Hotel Reservation System tab, and then you have to click on Manage Hotel Features option from the drop down. So here, as you can see, there are various amenities which are listed on this page. There are parent categories or the parent features, as well as the various child features or the child categories which belong to the particular parent category. If you want, you can simply click on the edit button and edit the already added features very easily. You can also delete if you want from the delete button. Now let me show you how you can add a new feature or new amenity in this system. So to add new amenities which you provide in your property, you have to simply click on Add New Feature button. And then you have to add the name of your parent feature. That is, you have to create a particular parent category. So let me create a particular category for the amenities which I am adding right now. So after adding the parent feature name, we add the various child features, that is the various amenities which belong to this particular category. So let me quickly add 2 amenities here. And you can also set the position of this child feature or child amenity, and through this position option you will be able to sort all the child categories or the child features accordingly. So let me add the position here. Click on the add button and it will be added, and then you can add the next child feature. And similarly, we'll set the position through which your child features will be sorted on the list. So after adding these two features, let's see how it is displayed in the features list. I think it is not saved, so let me just add again. Okay, so let's just click on the Save and Stay button, and now let's see how it is displayed. So as you can see, the amenities which we have added are displayed in this list, and now it's time to assign these amenities in the properties that we have created. So to assign the amenities to the property, we have to use the Assign Features to Hotel option in the right corner. So you have to click on this particular option, and once you click, as you can see, the property on which we have already added and assigned the hotel amenities are already displayed here. You can simply click on the Edit button to edit the features which we have already assigned for this particular property. And to assign the amenities to new property, we'll simply click on the Assign Features button again, and then we'll select the property for which we want to assign the features. Now you can select all the amenities which we want to assign with this particular property. So let me just select a few. And then we'll click on the assignment. So this is how you have to assign the hotel amenities to the particular property that you have added in QloApps. After we have completed the process of adding a property in QloApp, let me show you how the various information that we have added will be displayed to the guest on the front end. So to view all the details, you have to first create the room type pages in QloApps for that particular property. And in today's demo, I am just creating a duplicate room type for now to show you how these details will be displayed. And in the upcoming next webinar, we'll be discussing how you have to create the room types as well in QloApps for the added properties. So let me just quickly duplicate a room type, and I'll assign it to the property which we have created, and then let's just preview how all the details will be displayed to you. So all the information that we have added, including the check-in, check-out time, the hotel features that we have assigned will be displayed in the room information option section. We have added all the hotel images, so these images are displayed here. The policies are mentioned here. Also, the Google map which we have displayed is added in this particular section of View on Map. Now, as you can see, since we have set the preparation time of 5 days, so accordingly, the check-in, check-out date will be selected by the guest, and the booking will be made for this property up to the maximum booking date range which we have selected in the restriction section. Also, you can view the maps displaying the property location on various other pages of QloApps, including the search result page. So as you can see, the directions are displayed here, and also on the contact us page. So as you can see, the newly added property is listed here, as well as the map is locating the particular property. So this is how you can add your property in QloApps, and if you now have any further queries or doubts, then we can have a live doubt session in which you can share all your queries with us. you can refer to the various resources of QloApps. So you can use the free demo of QloApps to explore the various features and functionalities of the software, and you can try to add a new property in the demo itself. You can also refer to the user guide of QloApps, where you will find the complete process of property addition. Also, you can enroll in the Udemy course of QloApps to learn the complete process of how you can add your property in QloApps in detail also. So thank you for joining today's webinar, and I'll see you in the next webinar.